Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of What's Next with Mr.Wes. Guys, I'm excited about today and the individual that I'm sitting down with and the company that he is a part of. Just like I told you, here at Next Level Training, we're always looking for amazing new partnerships, things that we can do to help your business grow, and as we say, help you get to the next level. I'm sitting here with my fantastic friend and brother, Javier. Introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, my name is Javier Pereira. I am the Director of Client Consulting here at Protected Trust. I do lots of stuff. So depending on what, how we want to break it down.
He just told me he was an opera singer, so I know he do that.
I know he do that. That was a long time ago. I had more hair, I was younger, thinner.
What else do you do for family? What you got going?
Married the same woman for 27 years, two beautiful boys. I enjoy cooking, I enjoy traveling, spending time with my kids, just being a dad.
Favorite meal to cook?
Favorite meal to cook with 4 people or for our family?
4 people.
4 people. So I'm Cuban, so when I want people to have kind of a taste of my cuisine and culture, I'll do like black beans and rice, or I'll do ropa vieja, which is kind of like a flank steak that's been marinated, or I'll do plantains of some kind. That's cook too much. I like to cook too much and have everybody enjoy everything that they're getting. In 2013, I ran with the Bulls in Spain.
Listen, now help me understand, because that don't even make walking around sense to me. I need you to help me understand, because I see it on TV, I see it online, and you see that, like, why?
So the running of the Bulls is a tradition. It's centuries old, and it's the festival of San Fermin. Mm-hmm. So, and it's what crazy people do. So again, the Bulls, they're on the outside of the city, and they're being run to the Bull Arena, and they're the Bulls that are going to be fought that day. So there's people have a lot of opinions as to whether that's good or bad. Yeah. But yes, you stand in this location. You wear the whole city is wearing white and red. I mean, the whole city. Everyone is in all white with a red bandana and a red sash. The priest comes down around 8 in the morning, and there's a San Fermin is placed in a niche, prayers are said, then you hear a rocket go off, and then you run. And you run. You run about half a mile up a hill, up a couple stone streets, and then not too fast, because you don't want to be in the arena first, and not too slow, but realistically, they pass you, unless you're an idiot. That's, they're very big. They're very heavy.
Because no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like country boy from Alabama, so I understand. I understand cow. I understand the massiveness. Yes. This 1,200 to 2,000 pound animal that's very limber, quick, and agile.
Yes.
Chasing.
And not very bright.
Right. So that's why I say, guys, we only sit down with amazing people who do amazing things.
There you go.
Right. So the other component of what we're going to be talking about is, what's next. When we say, what's next in your business? You're oftentimes, as we talk to many other clients or business owners, entrepreneurs go to bed thinking, what's next? What do I need to do next? How do I need to get to the next level? How do I need to grow? I had the pleasure of meeting some amazing individuals within this company when we went out on a tarpon fishing trip, and they invited my wife Naomi, and we had a blast, and we just created a relationship since there. And I definitely want Javier to be able to share more about what they do and how they do it.
Are a kind of managed service provider, right? So smaller business, small, medium business may not necessarily have the number of employees or revenue to justify having an in-house IT guy. So a lot of companies will turn to a managed service provider. Someone who comes in, sells them computers, sells them parts, gives them advice. We are different from the perspective of what we do is something transformative. I don't want to sell you a new computer and sell you servers and kind of party like it's 2008. I really want you to be in 2024. Our vision is to move you to what Microsoft calls modern work, Microsoft modern work. Cloud-centric, cloud-driven, security-focused, identity-focused, technology that realistically was not available to smaller business has moved really into an affordable place. In the post-COVID world, there's this need for flexibility, this need for hybrid work, and Microsoft has really stepped up to that, and it brought this down from the enterprise to something that, a company with 20 people could take advantage of. And again, there is no other product. So Microsoft 365, there is no like 365 for a 10,000 employee company, and then one for, it's the same product, right? You just, same licensing, you buy the same thing. It's configuring and understanding both the technology itself, analysis of your business process, and how to move you from here to there. So companies of this kind, MSPs, they'll kind of go in and they'll, triage and bump things around and understand the process, and then just sort of go very, reactively. That's not our approach. Our approach is to really have a long conversation, sit down with you, tell me how you do business. How do you have an office? Do you work from home? What do you do? What software do you use? Tell me what your corporate culture is like. And then we're going to prescribe, but we're going to get you going forward in a brand new process. We're going to basically scrap everything that is not the core part of your business and move you to this new model. All right. And why we do that is it's where we're going anyway. So go now with guidance or go by force, right? And we're as an organization, we've always been very centered around compliance, right? And regulatory. So lots of individuals will say, hey, I have these needs. I don't know how to meet them. I don't even know what they are. How do I get this? This is all gibberish. No problem. Tell me what those needs are, and we will create the solution with the assistance of Microsoft and the assistance of whatever we have available to us to get you where you need to be. Okay?
So if I understand you correctly, it's not that you're going to give me this out of the box, but you're going to tailor something that's specific for my business.
Correct. There's a foundation. There's a Microsoft security and functionality foundation. And that's going to be part of it. We're going to build that for you. So we don't have to ask you questions about that. But I want to know what you do.
Right.
How do you work? We have this and we have that and we have these satellite offices and we do this and A, B, C, D, F, G. Great. I want to take all that into account. So we're going to start with this foundation of Microsoft security and best practices and modern office practices. And then we're going to build that with you. So other companies of this flavor will go in and will, maybe spend a week with you and, sell you some additional products, and then you don't see them again. Well, that's not how, it may take me 3 months to go through an entire process with you to get it where you need to be, okay? And then I still want to talk to you every so often.
Because I don't know IT.
Exactly. And you don't have to know IT because, if your job is to, whatever it is, making flooring, I don't know. You are an expert on flooring. You don't have to worry about IT, right? A lot, even the mid-sized market, the 100, 200 employee companies that do a thing, they're still in the IT business. You have a closet, you have to buy hardware, you have to worry about your hardware refresh contracts and think about cooling the room. And I'm here to alleviate all that. Right. So we play the role of technology of support, that very traditional role, but I also am having conversations with you every quarter or every month, or say, hey, you know what, Javier, I'm thinking about getting a new program for my business. Mm-hmm. Talk to me first. Don't talk to the vendor. Let me talk to me about what your needs are, and then we will be your advocate with the vendor. We sit on this side of the table with you, right? So very proactive, very understanding what you do. I need to understand what you do, why the solution is the vendor, and then we advocate for it. So we've had customers that go through ERP conversions. They buy very expensive pieces of software that changes their business.
Right.
Well, I'm here to be your advocate while that's happening. So if he says you need this because I'm the software vendor, I'm saying, well, tell me why. Okay.
So I'm not just wasting money, right?
Exactly. Right. So the clients that we want to evangelize to, that we want to work with, that we want to deal with, are those that are very focused on the future, focused on growth, focused on new flexibility, and showing them the advantages of it. So, we meet with vendors, we meet with auditors. You have an security audit coming from the bank or an investment group or whatnot, I'm going to meet with your audit, right? We're going to get you where you need to be. You have cyber insurance concerns or cyber insurance mandate, I'll meet with your insurance company so we can talk about your premium and their requirements.
Sounds like to me that you guys come alongside a person in their business.
Right.
And help walking them through that IT journey, or that scope of information that, to your point, I'm an expert in my field, not in IT, but I understand that it's something that is super important that I need. So like what are those next steps? Like how do I move forward? If I'm thinking IT, or if I feel like I'm not protected, what direction should I be going in?
So you're talking about just overall?
Yeah.
Okay. So there is the way we've been doing, and I've been doing this for almost 30 years. There is this playbook, right? The playbook is you set up an office, I sell you a server, put files on the server, you have your computer, and then join this domain without talking about technical things. And that's just how we've done business for decades. I'm saying that's not it. Okay. We would analyze, it would be an analysis of, hey, what do I have? First of all, do I have anything that I must do? So do I have regulatory requirements? Am I in the banking industry, or insurance, or healthcare? What are my requirements? So having an understanding. Second of all is saying, why do I have to adhere to this model? What are my choices? What are the options? Educate, right? So someone say, educate me on what I need to know. I know this doesn't feel right. I feel very cumbersome. I feel like I have to get my laptop and go to the office to do work, and I have to do the VPN. Is there anything I can do to modernize it? And the answer is more than likely yes. Okay. Depending on what your requirements are, what your regulatory requirements are, what your business process is, and how open you are to change, right?
Okay.
How risk averse are you?
Yeah.
And then,
but I get stuck in my own way.
That everybody does. Everybody does.
It this way, it's been making sense this way. I've made a little money this way.
Exactly.
Now you want to change.
I do, because fundamentally there's a concept of you don't know what you don't know. And so there are efficiencies that can come up with newer technology, with newer outlook. It's almost, especially when I deal with more technical professionals, in-house IT folks, it's a complete paradigm shift. It takes a bit to change gears mentally and say, oh, well, I don't have to do it that way. And I'm talking, these are individuals that have been IT leadership for decades, and it's a slow. I can see the gears grinding, and I can see I could do it a different way. It's a fantastic experience, really.
And guys, that's a big part of what we want to bring. Everything from our HR partners is something different, even with Cotiva HR. Everything with our marketing and branding partners from Halbridge is something different. And even now with our IT partners, it's something different. Just like Javier said, you don't know what you don't know. So being able to have those conversations, if you're thinking about, am I protected? Do I have enough IT? Is there something different? It sounds like you're ready to go to the next level, and you're ready to get in contact with Javier. So Javier, how can we get in contact with you?
We just smoke signals,
Message in a bottle.
tin can. We'll provide you with all kinds of ways to get in touch with us, and we can have a chat.
Guys, listen, I will make sure that I have their website, emails, and all of that information down in the description. And listen, do yourself a favor. Stop waiting to go to the next level. Go to the next level and make things happen. See you next time.